So far, the content we've loaded dynamically has been static. Wait, let's say that again. The dynamically loaded pages had static content. That means the content of each of the pages we load with the jQuery get method is the same each time. It's defined in the HTML and could easily be cached by our browser. What happens when content is loaded that is not static? Say there's some process on the server that needs to execute to provide different content. In that case, our logic could fail because we only monitor the successful loading of content and not whether any embedded scripts are executed. Let's take a look at a demonstration. The only difference in this code from our last version is that we're loading content 1a instead of content 1. Let's look at content 1a. This file still contains the static content defined in the HTML tag, but there's also a function that runs and loads some dynamic content. We're using a set timeout function with a 2-second delay to simulate a long-running server process. At the end of 2 seconds, the function appends some text to the local div. Since it's also loaded in the main page, the dynamic content will show there as well. We'll switch back to our main page and see the result in Firefox. Let's watch the Proceed button to see when it gets enabled. Notice how the Proceed button was enabled prior to the dynamic content displaying. The deferred object used by jQuery was resolved as soon as the content was loaded. It had no way to know that a long-running process was executing in the background. We're going to fix this, but in small steps. First, we're going to rework our load section function so we can manage our own deferred object.